SCP-002, Object Class Euclid, also known as the Living Room. SCP-002 was discovered in an unspecified location within Northern Portugal, after having entered Earth's atmosphere and making landfall. Upon impact, its rocky outer shell was compromised, and the biomass partially revealed. It drew the attention of the SCP Foundation by emitting a radioactive signature that was picked up by a Level 4 agent within the area. General Mulhausen and a squad of security staff were then mechanized to assess and secure the subject. Being within proximity to a small village, the initial testing began using 3 of the locals as subjects. Each of the 3 subjects were sent individually into the biomass, and all 3 had disappeared. Upon discovering this insidious property, General Mulhausen ordered a Level 4A termination order, eliminating all villagers who were aware of the anomaly, which was about a third of the village's total population. During transport, 4 SCP security personnel disappeared within the biomass, apparently drawn in by some unknown impulse emitted by the structure. Upon examination, no remains of the SCP staff were found, and instead, items commonly found within homes, such as furniture and decoration, were seemingly grown from the structure. Class 3 hazmat suits were then ordered for the remaining staff, and SCP-002 was transported to an unknown SCP Foundation Containment facility. A biomass resembling some sort of round fleshy tumor, SCP-002 appears completely organic from the outside, save for a large iron valve hatch. Inside, it measures in volume at about 2,000 feet cubed, and has a single window, despite not appearing to have such a structure from the outside. All the furniture appears to be woven and molded by the organic remnants of its victims. The latest description of SCP-002 details 2 lamps, a throw rug, a television, a radio, a beanbag, 3 books in an unknown language, 4 children's toys, and a small potted plant. Samples were taken of these organic materials, and the DNA is either fragmented or independent on each created item. Already 002 has taken 7 more victims from the SCP staff. Test subjects such as human corpses and higher primates have been left unmolested by SCP-002, so it is clear that this anomaly's prey of preference is solely live humans. SCP-002 is subdued by keeping it connected to a constant power source, putting it in a state of dormancy, which is believed to be some sort of recharging stage. If the power source is somehow disconnected, or an electrical outage occurs, it is to be strobed with flashes of X-ray and ultraviolet light, subduing it and allowing it to be realigned. A minimum of 2 members must be present when approaching SCP-002, as the subject is able to distort perception, allegedly bringing staff closer within the proximity of the biomass. Personnel must be at least Level 3 to enter the holding unit of SCP-002, unless given proper exemption clearance by Level 4 Administrator. In these cases, they must also be accompanied by 5 Level 3 personnel. Level 3 personnel and those given exemption clearance must surrender all rank and security clearance privileges, and all command staff within the holding unit of SCP-002 must be escorted at a minimum of 5 kilometers away from the biomass, and be given a 72-hour quarantine period, where psychological evaluation will be administered. Normal rank and clearance privileges will only be restored upon passing the examination. Like most SCPs, theorizing anything on SCP-002 is difficult due to its unknown origins and its enigmatic and hostile properties. However, it could be stated that it shares much in common with organisms such as echinoderms, at least in terms of a digestive system, if you could even call it that. It seems more than reasonable to assume that the furnishings are created using the corpses of its victims. Could it be that SCP-002 is also drawn to the electrical impulses emitted by humans, due to the fact it remains stationary when attached to an external power source? Human corpses are left totally untouched, and why does it only prefer humans? Maybe it is because humans were the first and only prey it took. It has since preferred and or adapted to solely capture that sort of quarry. The question that seems to be the most pertinent is whether it is sentient or not. Are these objects formed within its interior because it has some sort of awareness and prior knowledge of humans and their behavior? Or is it that when these victims are consumed by SCP-002, is it feeding on memories stored within the brain regarding our living spaces? Given the fact that SCP-002 is able to distort perception, I believe it is more likely to be the latter. It already has some effective means of luring victims into its interior, and maybe it is using the memories stored in our brain because it believes it will increase its effectiveness. It is unlikely that this SCP will ever provide any solid answers, and it must be kept away from anomalies such as SCP-184 at all costs.